Peace to everyone. This article is from March 4th, 2019, and I'm sorry I'm kind of way behind in things a little bit, but this alleged victims, where are they now? And it has leaving Neverland. Where are Michael Jackson's alleged victims now? And as you can see here in the picture, is Michael Jackson with Wade Robson when he was 7 years old. The first part of HBO's controversial 4-hour documentary Leaving Neverland aired last night, and the film is undoubtedly extremely difficult to watch. The movie focuses on the stories of two men who allege that Michael Jackson abused them when they were young boys. So, who are Michael Jackson's alleged victims and where are they now? So the of course the HBO documentary already aired. I don't have HBO, so I don't know what's what. So I all I know it was a one-sided story. The Jacksons had no say in it whatsoever at all. So now the alleged victims of Wade Robson and James Safechuck have really told a bunch of lies in that two-part documentary. Leaving Neverland features testimony from Wade Robson and James Safechuck. Variety explains in its review of the documentary, Robson and Safechuck were just children when they first met the pop star, eventually spending time at his Neverland ranch. Both men have also sued the estate, but their lawsuits were dismissed on technicalities, the Associated Press reported in January. So both of the men thought they could sue the Jackson estate, but apparently that didn't happen. Or I should say the Neverland Ranch, but that didn't never happen. So the lawsuits were thrown out of court, obviously, because these two men have lied and so they met Michael Jackson when they was young boys. So, but I don't believe Wade Robson, and I don't believe James Safechuck whatsoever. The Jackson estate, meanwhile, has issued a statement about the documentary, calling it a public lynching and saying that the men are two admitted liars. The estate has also sued HBO over the documentary, and while the documentary includes horrifying claims from the two men, Robson testified during his 2005 trial that Jackson was innocent of the child's sexual abuse charges, Variety points out. So in 2005, Wade Robson said that Michael Jackson was innocent and that he never did anything to him. But as soon as the documentary came out, boom, he said, "Oh well, he sexually abused me." So now they so now you know why these two have lied, because they even admitted they were liars. They admitted it. But when it came to testifying that Michael Jackson was innocent, they showed their true colors after the documentary, saying, "Oh, well, Michael Jackson did this to me, and Michael Jackson did that to me." And that was a bunch of bull crap what they have done. In addition to sharing details of their reported experiences with Jackson, the two men share in the documentary how they got in touch with their trauma and began to recover from it. Variety reports. Ahead of the movie's premiere, here's a quick rundown of what to expect from the documentary and where Safechuck and Robson are now. So I don't know why Variety reports these lies after those two have lied. And, it's just unbelievable that you would take over Wade Robson and James Safechuck's side, and I would not take their side for one penny. No amount of money could make me take their side whatsoever. Wade Robson. Robson claims in the documentary that Jackson abused him starting when he was just 7 years old and continuing until he was 14. Variety notes Robson first met the pop star after he won a Michael Jackson dance contest. So Wade Robson met Michael Jackson after he won a Michael Jackson dance contest, and then of course Wade Robson said that when he was 7 until the age of 14 that he was sexually abused, and that's not true at all. He told me if they ever found out what we were doing, he and I would go to jail for the rest of our lives. Robson says in the Leaving Neverland trailer, I want to be able to speak the truth as loud as I had to speak the lie for so long. Well, Wade Robson is definitely a liar. How can he tell the truth about anything? Where's the evidence that Michael Jackson allegedly sexually abused Wade Robson? There was no police report, nothing to prove that Michael Jackson allegedly sexually abused him at all. And as you can see here, I don't know, Wade Robson looked like this in 2003, and personally, I think he looks like a quack to me, or what. These days, 36-year-old Robson works as a choreographer. He's been incredibly successful too, creating dance routines for Britney Spears and NSYNC. Robson's Broadway Dance Center bio also notes that he won 2 Emmy Awards for his work on So You Think You Could Dance, on which he worked as a choreographer. Robson won the choreography Emmys in 2007 and 2008. Well, alright, that's good that he won Emmy Awards, but being a choreographer, I would have been choreographing him all the way to jail by now, after all these lies he have told. Robson is also married and is now a father. He and his wife, Amanda Rodriguez, have 1 son together. Well, first of all, Robson should not be having no family. I don't even think his wife, Amanda, would know the truth if it hit her in the face. Not that I'm speaking bad about Amanda, but I think she should see him as a liar, because that's who he is. And after he and James Safechuck admitted of being liars. James Safechuck. Safechuck met Jackson when the two of them co-starred in a Pepsi commercial, and his account in Leaving Neverland is absolutely harrowing. According to the Telegraph, the documentary includes footage of Safechuck showing a small golden ring that Jackson reportedly gave him during a secret mock wedding ceremony. The outlet adds that Safechuck claims the Thriller singer bought him various items of jewelry after he performed sexual acts on him. Now that's definitely a lie. That is a total lie. Michael Jackson would never buy these two men never bought him jewelry or anything like that. That's a total lie. Had small golden ring for a wedding. Yes, I could understand the wedding ring. You can carry that down the aisle to get married in. But as for Michael Jackson buying him various items of jewelry, I don't believe that. That's totally a lie. I just can't believe he would make up something like this to tarnish Michael Jackson's legacy. Him and Wade Robson, they're both compulsive liars. Today, Safechuck works in tech, according to The Independent, but in his 20s, Safechuck was in a band and used a variety of drugs, he told the outlet. He eventually moved away from drugs when he started his new career path, but he was still dealing with the aftermath of the alleged abuse. So, James Safechuck was into drugs. And allegedly he had moved away from it, but I don't think he has, because it's a lie. When you're making a lot of money in tech, yeah, you're going to spend a pretty good amount of money on alleged drugs. And of course, as you can see here, here's Michael Jackson with Liza Minnelli and James Safechuck when he was a young boy. And this was in 1988. When the drugs went away, though, then the pain started. I was hit with everything that had been masked, and I was struggling. Safechuck told the Independent, "You don't know why you're in so much pain. You don't connect the abuse to the pain that you're in at the moment." So, so Safechuck told the Independent, "You don't know why you're in so much pain, but then you connect to it?" Really? I find that hard to believe. I really do. I find it hard to believe. Even though he said the drugs went away, but still, once a drug addict, always a drug addict. There is no escaping from it. Based on his interview with the Independent, it sounds like Safechuck is now processing his experience. The outlet notes that Safechuck and his wife welcomed a son in 2010, which helped him realize that what reportedly happened wasn't his fault. So they had a son in 2010, which is no big deal. I mean, how many babies are born in 2010? There's hundreds of babies born during that year. But he's claiming, oh, it wasn't his fault. When you're lying, it is your fault. You have started this mess. Even Wade Robson has started this mess. Both of them are compulsive liars, and you really don't know what to think of it after that. Michael made you feel like you did it, that it was all your idea, Safechuck said to the Independent. Then you look at your own kid, and for the first time, you really realize what that just makes no sense. During a separate interview with CBS this morning, Robson shared a similar sentiment, about feeling like the late singer chose him. Yeah, Michael Jackson chose him? Really? Oh boy, this is a big laugh out of him. I mean, come on, really? Why would he even say things like this? And he said it makes no sense. Well, of course it don't make no sense, because you're lying. And he's always going to be lying. We can't change what happened to us, Robson told an audience at the Sundance Film Festival, according to Rolling Stone. And we can't do anything about stopping Michael. He's dead. That's gone. What happened, happened. The feeling is, what can we do with it now? There's nothing they could really do about it, because Michael Jackson is gone. And yes, he will be missed dearly, but with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they can't do nothing about it now. They're trying to appeal for the what they are appealing for, but the judge is going to throw that out, obviously, because I mean, it's too late. There's nothing they can do. They scammed everybody, and you just can't believe what anybody says anymore. Do not fall for these traps, because it is just too much. Then you're going to say, oh well, they did this and they did that. No, don't fall for it, because it's not true. It never happened. And like with the video I posted about the bodyguard, I believe the bodyguard. I do not believe these two men at all, because they're just not who you want to be around. If you have seen somebody doing something like this, try to stop them, or that, just call the police or do whatever, because people are scamming all these places and everything. And after what Wade Robson and James Safechuck did, it's totally unforgivable. There is no forgiving these two men whatsoever. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. I am out.